Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. There's an anecdote that always brings a smile to my face, and it's from the legendary Rolling Stone, Keith Richards. And he was in a very beautiful and exotic location where the Stones were playing a concert. And he was being interviewed by a very pretty lady interviewer who asked him, "Keith, are you pleased to be here?" And he looked up at her and smiled and said, "Darling, I'm pleased to be anywhere." And that always makes me smile because I can really relate to that. Because on a daily basis, I am pleased to be anywhere, just to be alive. And to be given another chance, if you like, to change my life and live it to the full and be the best version of myself I can be. And that's still a work in progress, and it's still something that I do my best to do every single day. But what I want to share with you in this video is the greatest pieces of advice that I've been given that have made the biggest difference to me, the most crucial differences to me over the past 3.5 years of my changing of my life, if you like, for the better. And the basis of this video is about gratitude. But it's not just about gratitude and writing a gratitude list and the importance of it. I'll come on to that and shortly. In my last video, I talked about actions speaking louder than words, and being the change you want to see in the world. And it's the same with gratitude, because we can all pay lip service to gratitude, and people wonder why, people talk about gratitude and it doesn't work for them. Well, it's not as easy as just, like I say, writing a list, and it's about actually feeling it and living it, and how you do that. We live in a world of instant gratification. We all want to be happy. It's human nature. It was built into our DNA. And we all have that happiness, that inner happiness inside us waiting to be claimed. But unfortunately, because we live in this world where at the click of a button, we can receive something instantly, that has become the norm for gratification as well. We want it. We don't want to wait for it. We don't want to earn it or do the work for it. We want to feel it instantly, which is why so many people are in addiction. And I count myself in this over many, many years, obviously, and wanting to feel this gratification from something as stupid and simple as taking an inane, grinning selfie of themselves and putting it on Facebook and waiting for ticks of like and love to get that approval and that buzz of dopamine and serotonin, that instant gratification. Or it could be more insidious, like it was for me with addiction, with chemicals, with alcohol, with drugs, with food, with sex, with consumerism and buying stuff to make you feel better. Instant gratification, that hit of dopamine, that hit of serotonin. But the problem with that is obviously that it doesn't last, and the down is lower than it was before. You seek that gratification more readily and more frequently, that instant gratification. But if someone had told me, and I know you all out there have your own problems in your lives and if someone had told me 3.5-4 years ago, when I was living in a dark room in addiction to chemicals and alcohol, that the gratitude and living gratitude would change my whole mindset and give me a whole new viewpoint and focus on life and bring me inner peace and happiness that I never dreamt was possible, I'd tell them to piss off. And I understand people out there being skeptical, but I truly promise that if you practice gratitude properly, and I'll tell you how in a second, or how I've done it in a second, then it will bring you that inner peace, that gratification you've been looking for outside of yourself by whatever means. And there's hundreds of ways to this instant gratification, particularly in the modern world. It could be a click on Amazon and buy yourself something you don't need, you know, just ridiculous stuff that people are doing to make themselves feel better, because we all live in this stupidly busy world where we're bombarded with images of what we should look like and how we should behave and what we should own, and it drives people into this feeling of inadequacy, and they're not worthy and they're not enough until they have these things, and then they seek this gratification elsewhere, and it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. I tried it for 35 years and it nearly killed me. So how gratitude? I want to. You see, the thing is, you've all got these problems out there, but everybody has got time to do this. Someone once said that if we all threw all our problems into the middle of the room, then we would grab our own back at the end of the day. Because I promise you, and you know really, that so many people are so much more worse off than yourselves in every single way. In your own countries, all over the world, you know, millions of people are suffering in ways unimaginable to us. And yet we complain and we moan about our lot. You know, I remember visiting a country once, a very poor area of a country. I was in St. Lucia, and seeing children in parts of St. Lucia, that not the affluent parts where the tourists were, if you like, running around naked, malnutrition, hungry, trying to grab anything they could to eat. Obviously their lips were dry and they hadn't even had a drink of water. And we went back and there was this massive buffet on, beautiful. And there was a couple there, because this was quite an expensive holiday at the time, you know, there was a couple there moaning about the choice on the buffet, the number of choices and the food on the buffet. You know, and I couldn't believe it. Even then, going back then, when I wasn't as focused on gratitude as I am now, I thought, what are you complaining about? You know, it put everything in perspective, because there were so many choices. You know, 40, 50 different choices of beautiful food. And we could just pick up a bottle of clean water, and this kid was running round, scratching for anything he could or she could find to eat or drink. So as I say, we could chuck all the problems into the middle of a room, but we would grab our own back very readily. And that puts things into perspective. So how do you live gratitude? Don't pay lip service to it. This is the thing. You can always do something to help someone less fortunate than yourself, and it will bring you. It's about combining gratitude with perhaps giving service. You're all in busy lives. You might not have time to donate and volunteer your time, but there's little things you can do for people less fortunate. People who are homeless, people who are hungry, people who need a helping hand, a bit of love, a bit of kindness, compassion, a kind word. But gratitude, Gandhi once said, and something that really moved me, and this is one of the pieces of advice I want to share with you, something to think about. And he once said, I was sad because I didn't have any shoes, but then I saw a man with no feet. And that really moves me. And it inspired me partly to get out. And I am in a fortunate enough position to, I'm retired from work now, so I can get out and I can volunteer, and I do stuff to help where I can, like, you know, whether it be cooking, doing a bit of cooking in the homeless shelters or whatever. It doesn't matter. But it makes me realise, and I just want to share something else with you as well quickly. When I wake up in the morning, because I used to take waking up for granted, but when I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like getting out of bed, and try this and focus your mind on it, I think to myself, one day, it's like travelling in a time machine if you like. I think to myself, one day I'm not going to be able to get out of bed for whatever reason that is. Whether it's because I'm too ill to get out of bed, or disabled to get out of bed, or dead. But one day I'm not going to be able to get out of this bed. So the first thing I do when I open my eyes, I think like that, and I greet the new day with the thought that this is a day I'm grateful for receiving and being alive to see, to experience, to feel, whatever the bloody weather's like, whatever's going on, just to feel, to be able to move my able body and get out of bed, to have food, to have water, to have shelter, to have security, to have clean clothes to put on, to have things that we all take, to switch a light on, to get in a shower, to talk on the bloody internet, you know, like this. All things we take for granted. But every day is a new chapter for my life, if you like, a new chapter of the book that I want to write, to do the best I can, to feel grateful, to feel the sun on my face. And that's the point I want to make from this video. You need to live gratitude, to feel it. Write a list by all means of everything you're grateful for every day. But to get that feeling, and once you start living in gratitude like that, and you don't take anything for granted, then your life will change, like in ways you could not believe, because you start attracting positivity into your life, because we're energy. At the end of the day, we are energy, and if we vibrate at a higher level, if we give out positive energy, if we feel grateful, compassion, love, and put that good energy out into the atmosphere, we attract it back. Whatever anyone says, that is physics. Einstein said it, all the geniuses, whatever you want to, all the quantum physicists, whatever you want, they all say the same thing. What we put out, we attract back. And it has happened in my life because good things have come into it. Great things. My daughter's just been staying for this weekend with a friend. Great. Would never have dreamed of it before when I was in addiction and all the rest of it. Great things are coming into my life because I believe that they will, and I give gratitude every single day, and I live gratitude. There's an old Maori saying I'll leave you with. If you turn your face to the sun, the shadows fall behind you. And that's really true. So live your life in gratitude, live it, feel it. I hope that's been of some help for you. Please like the videos, please share the videos, please subscribe, because it just helps more people see them. I don't get anything else out of this apart from the joy of actually perhaps giving or helping someone out there. Much love to you. Carpe Diem, seize the day today, the day, live gratitude. Turn your face to the sun. Much love to you. Bye-bye.